Hello YouTube, Size17 here, but you can just call me Travis. And welcome back for another collection update, a Monday version of the collection update. As I had the day off today, I decided to be lazy and not do it yesterday, so that's why we're doing it today. Alright, nothing to add before we get in, so let's just get in. In the background, we're listening to the new Drudkh album, still one of my favorite releases of the year so far. It's called This. I think it's something like they often see dreams of the spring or something like that. I don't know. Just another great Drudkh album. Alright, a lot of stuff. I'll try to do it in a timely manner. Okay, let's do a couple cassettes first, and then the rest are CDs. First one up, this is a new release this year. It's a split release between two dungeon synthy dark ambient projects. This release is called Betwixt, Guttered Columns. The two artists are Charnel, Oubliette and Gates of Dawn. Charnel, Oubliette I was familiar with already. They released a self-titled release earlier in the year, like I don't know, EP mini album kind of a thing. It's like 20 minutes. Kind of the same thing here. 20 minutes for each. Got a silver for this side, gold for this side, obviously Gates of Dawn and Charnel, Oubliette. Yeah, both bands are pretty cool. One's from Pennsylvania and the other one's from Minnesota. Limited to 50 copies. This one's number 20. I did see, actually, because this has been sold out for a while, well, on Charnel, Oubliette's side it was. I did see that the Gates of Dawn Bandcamp did pop up either yesterday or Friday, or yesterday or Saturday, with like, I don't know, like 5 copies or something, and they're still all there, so jump quick if this sounds interesting to you. Obviously, I will leave links, though you can only hear so much of Charnel, Oubliette's side. But, yeah, anyway, cool stuff. Here's the cover. Pretty cool stuff. Like I said, it's dungeon synth, but there definitely is a heavy dosage of dark ambient kind of stuff going on, particularly with the Charnel, Oubliette side. But I would say that's true of both of these guys. Part of the Avra Collective or whatever it is that is being called. Cool stuff, like the, you know, it's self-release, so I kind of like the DIY aspect of the thing going on. But yeah, cool stuff. If you're into Dungeon Synth Dark Ambient, definitely check out a link of this and see if you are interested. So yeah, Betwixt, Guttered Columns, Charnel, Oubliette, and Gates of Dawn. Alright, next one up. This is an awesome release I'm glad to have picked up. This is the demo, Volume 1 by Flešš. This is a Canadian raw black metal project. It's interesting. La Fleur de Mal just actually did a reissue of this release, which I was lucky enough to grab a copy of. And because I'm collector scum, I was trolling, as in like trolling for a fish. Trolling the Discogs for this particular release, which is La Fleur de Mal earlier reissue, to see if one of the seller would be selling it for cheaper now that, you know, with the reissue the essential value of this was lowered for them. And lo and behold, a copy popped up, and it was a price that I was willing to pay, so I bought this one too. Out of 50 copies, this one's number 26. Yeah, cool stuff. My La Fleur, the second reissue La Fleur de Mal did, the one that I purchased first, actually hasn't arrived yet, so it's kind of, this came from Arizona, so obviously much quicker to me. Comes in this cool, I really like the way this looks. It's obviously the white cassette with the red label with the black text on it. I think it actually looks, there's something about it that just looks really cool. Maybe because I don't have anything else that has this kind of visual aesthetic. cool stuff. Two long tracks, one on each side. Got our typical black metal script to us listeners out there. I have not, even though I have a ripper, I've done it just because I'm not supposed to. I don't want any. What is it? Is it a magic curse or something? Yeah, I'll be attacked through magical forces. I ain't fucking around with that, so I did not rip it, even though I want to. Yeah. So yeah, awesome stuff. A little more. The production's not as good as, you know, obviously some of the releases, as this is a demo. But cool stuff. The riffs are just as savage and just like, you know, the reason that this band is awesome. The guitars are just totally ripping. Let me show you the cover without I don't know if I did that without the. I really like the way that looks. Yeah, cool stuff. Definitely, I'll leave links. I think you can actually listen to this on Bandcamp, maybe. Good stuff. Happy to get it. I haven't quite decided what I'll do with the second reissue. I'll probably just keep it because I like this band. All right, moving on. Okay, let's do. I decided to do a Bindrune order with the new releases by Panopticon. I decided to just buy a bunch of other stuff too. Yeah, Panopticon isn't. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and say it. I bought part 1 and part 2. You know, Panopticon isn't a band that I've really liked that much. I've tried them several times, including recently. You know, back when I was finally realizing that I liked Fall of the Raros. You know, I gave this band another try. I don't know. There's something about it just wasn't clicking for me. I don't know if it was the mixture of the black metal with the bluegrass or whatever you want to say it is. Not that I really think there was a whole lot of that really happening, a mixture of the two, but it was happening, and I don't know. It's for whatever reason it wasn't clicking for me. But whenever this album came out, I don't know, March, April, something. Lots of hype for it. As is not surprising because this is a pretty popular band, but or I feel like they are at least. So anyway, thought I'd give it a try. Perhaps a funny note. I actually listens to what's the one that came up? Is it Roads to the North? I don't know. Whatever the album that's actually maybe not even. I don't know. Whatever the album that came out before this one, I listened to that one first, thinking it was this, and it obviously wasn't. But when I finally got around to listening to this, I gotta say my initial listen was like, yeah, actually, I think this might be the best Panopticon album that I had listened to, that I enjoyed, but I still was kind of like, you know, it's good, but like, I don't know if I really like it that much. And actually, I feel like I actually enjoyed the second album, which is actually, you know, I don't know if you're not familiar, he sort of has separated out. So this is like a pretty much black metal release, and this is pretty much his like bluegrass, whatever you want to say, release. And actually, on the first time through, I sort of dug this one a little more. I don't know. Not that I super loved it or anything, but I did like it. I don't know. I think it's just I don't know, interesting, fun listen. But second time around, this one like clicked way more. Particularly like the second track, and also in general, Aveski and Snowburden Branches. Those two tracks in particular, I really am into. I gotta go back and listen to the other stuff, because one of the things that I super noticed about, particularly on this release, was that, man, Austin Lund can play a freaking drum kit. The drums are awesome. Yeah, I don't know. The riffs are just really, I don't know. I gotta spend some more time with Panopticon, because I really did end up enjoying this release quite a bit. And the more and more I listen to it, the more and more I'm enjoying it. Cool riffs, you know, kind of has a little bit of that, you know, American post-black metal-y sound at times, which I always enjoy. I'm not really into his vocals. I mean, they're passable or whatever, but I kind of not really into them. Like I said, drums are killer. Great drum work. Just an overall good atmosphere. I enjoy like some of the speaking passages that are not necessarily done by him, but like kind of like sample-y stuff, like the beginning of Snowburn Branches. I really enjoy that one. I think it really does a really good job of helping create a good mood for the album. Yeah, just cool stuff. Everyone's probably more familiar with Panopticon than I am, so I'm speaking to the choir, really. And again, this one's pretty cool. I definitely have come to not enjoy it as much as the part one, but it's a cool listen, and I'll definitely spit it from time to time. Let me show you these real quick. I probably should have been doing that while I talked about the music. Both these released Bindrune Nordvis. Awesome packaging, you know, with really well done liner note booklets here with cool pictures and lyrics and stuff. I haven't really run through the lyrics as per typical with me, but I feel like people have I feel like I've read people really enjoying the lyrics, and perhaps in terms of the moodiness of the album, that's not surprising to me. I did enjoy this this packaging quality. No, what's quality? Packaging choice to have, even though it's still a slipcase. Even though I pull it out, I do enjoy the the packaging aesthetic of the slipcase coming out, and it has this really cool artwork piece. This is what the first disc like. Never Far From Home. And then same thing with part 2. Woo. Awesome stuff. Same thing. It's got the little slipcase. Same awesome art piece, which I think is the slipcase cover. And maybe that's what they're doing a shirt of too, maybe. Which if they're still doing that, I probably should jump on. Because that's a really rad picture. So yeah, good stuff. This one, unlikely to make top 30. This one, at this point, is on there. Not sure how far it'll go, but you never know. I'll be listening to this more and more, and it's probably just going to click further. So yeah, Panopticon, I haven't even said the actual titles of the album is The Scars of Man of the Once Nameless Wilderness, Part 1 and Part 2. Alright, like I said, I got a bunch of stuff from Bindrune. Marvel Sir Meatwad was really hyping this one up to me, and so since I was already picking up some Austin Lund stuff, and he's in this band too, I decided what the hell, plus the price was amazing. This is, I don't know, Seidr or Seidr with Ginnungagap, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. This is a like an atmospheric doom album. It's not just Austin Lund on this release, although how is it credited here? It says recorded where is it at? Sorry, forgive me as I find what I'm trying to find here. Oh yeah, recorded by Austin Lund and Seidr, which makes me kind of think like, why is he being separated out in terms of the crediting for the recording if he's also part of the band? I don't know. Anyway, I'll assume that he's a major songwriter, at least for this band. Anyway, awesome. Like I said, atmospheric doom stuff. It has a little bit of, I would say, under 5% of that kind of American black metal, post-black metal-y sound. There's like I said, under 5%, but it's kind of in there. But man, this album is more than like individual songs. This is a great example of an album that is like the sum of its parts. Just a like a, I don't know, it's a journey. It's amazing how quickly I get lost in this album. 3 songs, 2 discs, 3 on each. Very long, couple 17, 10, and 17 on the first one, 6, 10, and 25 on the second, and yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, I never get bored. It's super I don't know, it's super interesting. The drums, again, I noticed by Awesome Lun, are really great on this album. Yeah, just, you know, it isn't one of those songs where, like, you know, usually I like a song because, you know, a riff or a vocal lead or, you know, a solo or something really just like grabs me and just says, like, yes, this is interesting, listen to this. This is like the opposite of that. Like, you know, this is like you strap in and you're just like kind of taken for a ride, and by the end you're like, that was an hour and a half of a good time. And yeah, this is just a really cool album. And yeah, $6 on Bindrune, go buy it. Yeah, good stuff. I will say there is a riff on the title track, the 3rd track on disc 1. There's a really cool, you know, it's not even like super amazing for like a Doom riff. But like, because of the way how awesome the album is, it just really works at that time. Released on Bindrune. I think the CDs and the packaging do a very good job of showing what this album is like. I guess it's kind of like traveling through the cosmos, questioning everything. Alright, this is again Seidr with Ginnungagap, or however you want to pronounce that. Alright, and then I got a couple more from the same artist. Was introduced to the artist Grift earlier in the year with their release Oubliette. Really into it. So I decided to finally pick up their other albums, or I guess it's mostly just that, it's just the one guy. So his albums that I didn't have. So first up, this is, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Fyra, Elegier, or Fyra, Elegier, or some combination of that. Swedish black metal, if you're not familiar with the artist. Definitely has a little bit of that kind of, I would say, sort of post-black metal-y sound that a lot of the Nordvist Bindrune artists kind of have. This release is kind of interesting. This is his first one from 2000, I think, maybe 13. This one is definitely much more like kind of straight up black metal, which I kind of actually enjoyed. Thought that was kind of cool just to hear him do that style. 4 tracks, about 24 minutes, so it's kind of like a mini album, EP almost. But yeah, it's an album. I'll count it as an album, mini album. Yeah, 4 tracks, like I said, good stuff. Enjoy it. Definitely is, like I said, a cool glimpse into kind of an early and a different sound from this artist. And then this is the album that came out in between Oubliette and this one. This is Syner. This came out, what, like 2015, I think? Both of these released on Nordvist. Yeah, this one is... I'm super into this one. I think I've actually decided that I like this one more than Oubliette, even if Shermeadwad hates me for that opinion. Yeah, just there's so many just awesome, great melodic riffs and stuff that just like totally just overpower me with joy when I hear them. In particular, is it Svaltorna, how do you pronounce that? The second track on there. There's a track in the middle, and then it ends the song. Just woo, good stuff. has kind of a really impassioned, tortury sounding vocals on this one. I don't know if that's it's kind of, it sounded just more so that way than on Oubliette. So I don't know, it just sounded really, really good. So yeah, definitely if you've listened to Oubliette, you should definitely check out both of these albums. Definitely highly recommended. Or if you're into any of the other Bindrune Recordings bands and you have not listened to this one, definitely do it, because Grift's awesome. So yeah, Fyra, Elegier, and Syner by Grift. Alright, we're getting there. Alright, 3 more. This next one up is a Grail, which I was super pumped to get. This is the last full length from the band Air Raid, Night of the Axe. This is their first full length, and actually the first release by the band that I've gotten where I'm actually already familiar with the vocalists of the band, as they have gone through a few. This one featuring, here he is, Michaelis Renakakis. And actually, it's actually really impressive to have had 3 different singers and have them all be of great quality. The band has been really lucky in that regard. But yeah, this is a release I've been searching for a while. Pretty much on Discogs, it's like ridiculous. $60 for a CD. It's kind of outrageous. But recently, because it's just a Stormspell release, I don't know if the Big Cartel's always been there, and I'm just dumb or what, but I saw on Facebook he noted he put a bunch of stock on a Big Cartel, and I went over and looked, and there was copies, and like I bought it for retail price, and I was just blown away. I've been listening to it a bunch. It's an awesome release. Probably my least favorite of their full lengths. It really is it's cool to see that the band has done a really good job of progressing from album to album. This is a good album. This is a really good album. But they've been taking steps on each album, and with their one they released last year, Across the Line, just a masterful album. So yeah, definitely if you've been searching for this Air Raid album, I'll leave a link to the Big Cartel. Go pick it up. There's still some copies left. Buy them up. I'm getting ready here to go crazy and get a big Stormspell order now that because that's always been one of my big problems with them, is I was only aware of the CD Baby site, and the stock on there was pretty limited, and not so in the Big Cartel. So I'm going to be going crazy real quick here. So yeah, awesome stuff. Traditional heavy metal, new wave of traditional heavy metal, Sweden. Andreas Johansson, awesome guitarist, awesome songwriter. Just a great release. Go listen to this band if you haven't. All right, we're done with the metal. We got 2 more to go. Finally happy to get this. They timed it perfectly, so I got it on release day, which was awesome. This is the new one from K-Rino, Mightier Than the Sword. K-Rino is a rapper, my favorite rapper, one of my favorite artists of all time. He did a collaboration album with a producer, DLP, last year, which I liked, but it was definitely not one of my favorite releases from him, which I have a lot of them. But this one, right back up to the last few, which have been all outstanding. Just great stuff. I don't know. He sort of gets panned for not having good beats, but I don't know. There's several beats on here that I really like a lot. And yeah, I think he's great with his words. Even in rap, lyrics is not something that I really pay attention to, and for some reason, I really do pay attention when he's speaking. As per usual, 18 tracks. There's a few on here that I would rather not listen to, but for the most part, we got some great stuff. Top tracks for me: Speech Unleashed, Out of the Way, The Glass is a great one. Supernova, Bass Ackwards, which is one of his, awesome, great wordplay songs. Till We Get It Right, which is awesome. Has and part of the chorus beat has a guitar wailing lead in it, which is awesome. Yeah, just awesome, awesome stuff from K-Rino. Will definitely be on the top 30 somewhere, as he never really seems to disappoint me at all. So yeah, Mightier Than the Sword, K-Rino. If you're into rap, check it out. Last one, but certainly not least. This is a synthwave, I guess synth pop maybe. Synthwave with vocals for sure. This is Nina with Sleepwalking. Like I said, this is a synthwave synth pop release. Nina, she's from Germany, though she is she's doing stuff in England, so I'm not sure however you want to categorize that. Out on Aztec Records, when you buy from them, she signs it, so it's signed there. So if you enjoy that, that's pretty cool. Yeah, just awesome stuff. Awesome synthwave beats. Awesome vocals done by Nina. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I've been playing this one a ton. The first 3 tracks are all just like super stellar, so it just helps really just ramp up for the rest of the album. The title track in particular, Sleepwalking, is like my jam. I love that one. Yeah, even some of the ballads on here. I'm not typically into ballads, but I like some of the ones on here. They're not too bad. Yeah, just if you're into synthwave, maybe check this one out. Particularly if you like your synthwave with vocals. Yeah, really, really good stuff. Can't recommend it highly enough. This will definitely be on the top 30, I'm sure, by the end of the year. Yeah, so Nina, Sleepwalking, check it out. Alright, that's it for this week. I probably pulled it through pretty quickly there at the end. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you're familiar with any of those releases, please let me know what you think of them, and otherwise, have a great day.